Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Radiomaster TX16S MK3. This is the Max version with a carbon fibre style finish, available in blue, red, gold and black. And the standard version is available in black and transparent charcoal. Both the Max and standard versions come with its own carry case. There's no pocket on the carry case, so all of the sundries are loose inside. The Mark III is a departure from the TX16S, which has remained largely unchanged up until now. We have a larger 800 by 480 IPS 5-inch touchscreen display, which fits flush against the faceplate compared to the recessed Mark II. Another feature is automatic backlight adjustment, which adjusts the brightness, making the screen easier to read whether indoors or outdoors. The battery bay seems bigger and now takes up the bottom of the radio, so you won't have any trouble fitting aftermarket batteries. You get given an 18650 cradle as standard, but you will need to supply your own batteries. The storage is now built in with 4 GB of flash memory with the option to add your own SD card for expansion. Both the Max and standard versions come with programmable gimbal LEDs via Lua scripts like the TX15 Max. The Max version comes with the AGO2 CNC gimbal, which is adjustable in all axes. However, I still prefer the AGO1 gimbal, which has a stronger tension and looks better aesthetically in my opinion. The standard version will have the V6 Hall effect gimbals, which are sufficient enough. The Max also has aluminium buttons over plastic ones. The next big change is the internal module, which has a 1-watt Express LRS dual-band Gemini and Gemini-X module. So just like the GX12, it can do 2.4 GHz and 868/900 MHz at the same time, as well as 2.4 GHz diversity, something that is missing from the TX15. As before, all Express LRS receivers will work with this. You'll just need a Gemini-specific receiver to make use of Gemini. I'm surprised they didn't call this the GX16S to follow with the Gemini naming. Perhaps the TX16S has been such a staple in Radiomaster's branding from the start, they were reluctant to change it. There will be no 4-in-1 version of this radio, which has been the case for a while now, as Radiomaster has committed to Express LRS. That doesn't stop you using a 4-in-1 module, as it still has the full-size JR bay on the back. Dual-band Gemini and Gemini-X does use a lot of battery power, so I'd strongly recommend a large aftermarket battery. It does have dual-band antennas. One is in the pull-out handle on the back and the other is on the top, which can have its orientation changed, but the bottom handle only pulls out. If you are not happy with this, there are blanking plates on the back if you want to modify your own antennas. Another big change is the slider placement, and is probably one of the more crowd-splitting choices. They now sit on the back where your fingers rest. They are very pointy and sharp, which isn't comfortable when you are not using them. They are also more difficult to grip because of this. There is a nice indent in the middle. However, I think Radiomaster realized that this was a risky choice because the shoulder casing is now removable and they have included a spare set that deletes the sliders. I prefer the sliders and their placement on the old TX16S. There is a nice notch for your hands to sit on the Mark II, and this is now missing in place of the sliders on the Mark III. The new radio has the faster H7 chip, as well as an internal gyro which can be used for telemetry callouts or for your pan and tilt if you are brave enough. The power button is much bigger and the trim buttons sit at more of an angle. Other than that, the switch positions and potentiometers are the same layout as before. The 6-position buttons have moved from the top of the radio to above the screen. Another crucial thing missing are the external auxiliary ports. This might be a deal breaker for those using them on the old model for specific modifications. The auxiliary connectors are accessible on the inside. You'd have to take the radio apart to get to them, but there are no pins to connect a servo lead to like before. You would need to purchase GH connectors for any mods, and the type of mods you can do with the internal ports are things such as wireless head tracking or telemetry. Just like the TX15 and the GX12, all charging and connectivity is done through the single USB port on the top, and you're given a USB cable in the package for that as well. There is a DSC trainer port and an audio jack as well. The Mark III also has a built-in microphone for future Edge TX functionality. It is a big radio, this, designed for everything but focusing on fixed wing. There are some users out there who want a large colour touchscreen, and this does fit the bill, but it comes at the cost of size and weight. You do get a lanyard in the package as well as a screen protector. As a fixed wing and drone pilot myself, the radio that I've settled on from Radiomaster is the GX12. It can do everything the TX16S Mark III can do in a much smaller package, with the added bonus of having folding Hall effect gimbals. It doesn't have the gimbal LEDs, it doesn't have a large touchscreen or an internal gyro, but these are things that I have no use for when wearing goggles. You will know yourself if those features are important to you. I spoke to Radiomaster regarding all of the recent noise over FCC regulations, and they have confirmed to me that this radio will be available in the USA. There will be links in the video description to the new radio if you'd like to take a look. Thanks for watching, cheers.